There is a quiet, magical space that exists just before you fall asleep. In these final moments of the day, the noise of the world fades away, and your mind becomes open, receptive. What if we could use this precious time not just for rest, but for growth? Science has shown that our brains don't simply shut down during sleep. They are hard at work, consolidating the day's experiences into long-term memory. The ideas you hear in this gentle state are more likely to take root, shaping your thoughts for tomorrow. In the description below, you'll find a link to the research that supports this remarkable process. Now, consider a puzzle. How did a man who won a 314 million lottery jackpot, already a millionaire before his wine, end up broke, divorced, and haunted by tragedy? And on the other side of the coin, how did a small-town janitor, a man who patched his own clothes and drove a used car, quietly build a secret fortune of over 8 million by the time he passed away? The answer to this puzzle isn't found in spreadsheets or financial textbooks. It lies in a different realm altogether. Tonight, we're exploring the decoder ring for this mystery. Morgan Housel's transformative book, The Psychology of Money. Its core idea is simple yet profound. Doing well with money has very little to do with how smart you are, and a whole lot to do with how you behave. So settle in, let your body relax, and allow your mind to absorb the timeless wisdom that can reshape your relationship with wealth long after you've drifted off to sleep. Chapter 1. The first key, your personal money story. Have you ever looked at someone's financial decision, perhaps a parent's extreme frugality or a friend's incredibly risky investment, and thought to yourself, that's just crazy? The first powerful idea from the psychology of money is that when it comes to money, no one is crazy. The book explains that our personal experiences with money, which represent a microscopic sliver of all the financial events that have ever happened in the world, form nearly 100% of our financial worldview. For example, think of an investor born in 1950. In their 20s, they likely watched inflation decimate the savings of their parents' generation. For them, the definition of financial risk is the slow erosion of purchasing power. Their strategy will be built around protecting what they have. Now, imagine an investor born in 1980. In their 20s, they witnessed the dot-com boom create millionaires seemingly overnight. For them, risk might be defined as missing out on explosive growth. Their strategy will be built around capturing opportunity. Neither of these people is crazy. They are both rational, but their decisions are anchored to the unique personal history they've lived. You can think of our financial view like looking at the world through a keyhole. What we see is absolutely real and valid, but we can't see the entire room. We build a complete narrative based on our incomplete view. The benefit of understanding this is twofold. First, it gives you empathy for why others make the financial choices they do. But more importantly, it gives you the power to step back and question your own ingrained assumptions. It allows you to ask, is this belief serving me, or is it just a story I inherited? This is the first crucial step toward true financial self-awareness. But if everyone's story is different, are there any universal truths? It turns out there are. And the first one involves a secret most people miss about the nature of money itself. It's the hidden difference between being rich and being wealthy. Chapter 2. The second key, the unseen fortress of wealth. In the small town of Brattleboro, Vermont, there lived a man named Ronald Reed. To his neighbors, he was a fixture of quiet, unassuming consistency. He worked for decades as a gas station attendant and later as a part-time janitor at J.C. Penney. He drove a used Toyota Yaris, wore flannel shirts he patched himself, and was known for his frugal habits, like chopping his own firewood to save on heating bills. He lived a simple, modest life. When Ronald Reed passed away in 2014 at the age of 92, his community and even his family were stunned. This humble janitor had secretly amassed a fortune of over $8 million. How? For decades, he had consistently saved the little money he could from his paychecks. He didn't chase hot stocks or complex schemes. He simply invested in blue-chip, dividend-paying companies. He understood household names like Procter, Gamble, Johnson, Johnson, and CVS. He held on to them, reinvested the dividends, and let the quiet magic of compounding do its work over a lifetime. Why did no one know he was a multimillionaire? This story perfectly illustrates the book's second key idea: the profound difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is visible. It's the expensive car, the designer clothes, the lavish vacations. It's income that is spent to show people how much money you have. But as the book argues, true wealth is invisible. Wealth is the money you haven't spent. It's the stocks, bonds, and assets working for you behind the scenes, generating more wealth while you sleep. Think of it like this. Riches are the bright, beautiful flowers on a plant. They are vibrant and get all the attention. But true wealth is the vast, unseen root system underground. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, but it's what provides the stability, the nourishment, and the foundation for everything to grow and survive through storms. Ronald Reed spent his life building roots. So, the next time you think about your financial goals, ask yourself this question: are you trying to grow more flowers, or are you trying to build stronger roots? Ronald Reed built his fortress of wealth through patience and discipline. But what happens when a fortune arrives, not over 50 years, but in a single instant? It introduces two of the most powerful and misunderstood forces in finance: luck and risk. And it forces us to confront the most dangerous question of all: how much is enough? Chapter 3. The third key: the price of greed, the power of enough. Here is a bold statement. Your financial success probably has more to do with where and when you were born than with how hard you work. We are raised on the belief that success is 100% a result of our own effort and intelligence. But the psychology of money forces us to confront two powerful forces we often ignore: pure, dumb luck and its terrifying twin, ruinous risk. They are the invisible variables in every financial outcome. There is no more powerful story to illustrate this than that of Jack Whittaker. In 2002, Whittaker was already a successful businessman in West Virginia, with a net worth of around $17 million. Then, on Christmas Day, luck struck like lightning. He won a $314 million Powerball jackpot, the largest single-ticket win in history at the time. But Jack Whittaker never defined what enough meant to him. His story became a harrowing, cautionary tale. He carried hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash in briefcases, once having over 545 zeros stolen from his car at a strip club. He faced endless lawsuits and constant requests for money. His life spiraled into a series of personal tragedies, including the drug-related death of his granddaughter and the death of his daughter. His marriage ended, his uninsured house burned to the ground, and he was quoted many times as saying, "I wish I'd torn up the ticket." The point of this story isn't to make you fear success or luck. It's to make you fear undefined greed. The goalpost for enough kept moving for Jack, and he risked everything to chase more. The book offers a simple, powerful antidote. Never risk what you have and need for something you don't have and don't need. Ronald Reed, the janitor, understood this implicitly. Jack Whittaker, the millionaire lottery winner, learned it in the most tragic way possible. Being financially unbreakable isn't about avoiding risk. It's about avoiding the kind of risk that can wipe you out of the game completely. The ultimate goal isn't to have the most. The goal is to have enough to be unbreakable, to sleep well at night. That is the ultimate financial power. Being unbreakable isn't about having a vault of gold. It's about having control. But what exactly are we trying to control? This brings us to our final and perhaps most important key: understanding the true purpose of money. 5. Chapter 4. The final key: buying the ultimate luxury, your own time. We live with a deep-seated problem. We instinctively believe that having more money to buy more things will make us happier. But we often fall for a trap, a mistake the book calls the man in the car paradox. A user on Reddit once shared a perfect real-life example of this. He was a car enthusiast, and after getting a good job, decided to buy a fancy SUV. He admitted he didn't strictly need it, but he wanted to feel like he'd finally made it, and he wanted other people to see that he'd made it. But soon after, he confessed something interesting. While he enjoyed the car, he didn't enjoy the 30% extra he'd spent on heightened opportunity cost he felt. Every time he wanted to take a trip or buy a new phone, he realized that when people saw his car, they didn't admire him. They might admire the car itself, or just imagine themselves driving it. The respect and admiration he was seeking with his purchase never arrived. This story reveals a profound discovery. The things money can buy rarely deliver the lasting happiness we expect. The true universal fuel of joy isn't a luxury item. It's autonomy. It's the ability to control your own time. This, the book argues, is the highest dividend money can possibly pay. The simple solution, then, is to shift your primary financial goal. Move away from thinking, "I want to save money to buy more things," and move toward thinking, "I want to save money to buy back more of my time." This means building what you might call a freedom fund, a pool of savings that isn't earmarked for a car or a house, but for independence. It's the money that gives you the power to walk away from a job you hate, to wait for the right career opportunity, to take a year off to learn a new skill, or to simply wake up one morning and say, "I can do whatever I want with my day today." This is the ultimate paradox we saw in our opening stories. Ronald Reed, with his modest income, built a life where he had total control. Jack Whittaker, with his hundreds of millions of dollars, lost all control. True wealth is not measured by the size of your bank account. It's measured by the degree of control you have over your own life. 4 keys, 4 shifts in perspective. So where do we go from here? Let's bring it all together. we've unlocked 4 powerful keys from the psychology of money. First, understand your own money story and have empathy for the stories of others. No one is crazy. Second, focus on building silent, unseen wealth. The strong roots, not loud, flashy riches. Third, respect the powerful roles of luck and risk and define what enough truly means to you. And fourth, remember that the ultimate goal of money isn't more stuff, but more freedom and control over your own time. Now, don't try to master all of these at once. That's a recipe for feeling overwhelmed. Instead, I invite you to choose just one idea to act on. Perhaps it's the last one. Sometime this week, open a new savings account. You can do it online in 5 minutes. Call it your Freedom Fund. Then, set up a small automatic transfer. It doesn't matter if it's 5 or 50. The amount is not the point. The habit is. Take that first small step toward buying back your time. And now, as you get ready to drift off, let's not let these ideas remain purely intellectual. Let's allow them to sink deeper into the part of your mind that learns and grows as you rest. There is nothing more to do, nothing left to analyze. Just relax, breathe, and let these words wash over you as you welcome a peaceful sleep. I am building wealth that isn't seen. Patience is my superpower. Compounding is working for me, even as I rest. I have enough. I am safe. I am secure. I use money to gain control over my time. My savings rate is more important than my income. I am comfortable being reasonable, not just rational. I leave room for error in my plans. I am financially unbreakable. My true wealth is my freedom. Less ego, more wealth. I am playing the long game. My mind is consolidating this wisdom as I sleep. I am at peace with my financial journey.